Hey everyone, it's Miss Gregory. So, some of you are missing today's calf block because you are acolyting this week. So, I wanted to make a short video to let you know just some of the points that I'm going to go over today in the pack with the seniors who were not in our meeting last Monday. And this is also for anyone in general. If you're still confused about how to start capstone process, or if you have any questions, hopefully I can answer some of those here. Remember, you can always email me, message me through Schoology, come by and see me in the library. So, when you go into the Capstone Schoology course, these are the materials that you have. Your main folder is right here, Senior Capstone. So, hopefully, you have already read these documents. If you haven't, you really need to do this ASAP because this first document here, while it is long, it describes everything about this whole entire process this year. Okay. So, this one's really important. And make sure that you share this document with your mentor as well, because they obviously need to know the process too. So there's a description of the capstone, the timeline process. Um, you can still go for honors, the role of the mentor, the role of the senior advisor, the role of the English teacher, my role as a coordinator, how you will get a grade. And remember that your actual number grade will show up on your report card. Okay. And then here are the phases that we're mostly concerned with right now. So we are in the exploration and inquiry focus phase until the end of October. So once you have an idea of what your topic will be, you don't have to know exactly. You're going to choose a mentor that reflects the content area. And then what you're going to do is begin the inquiry focus document. Now, this is a Google Doc, and you already made a folder for your capstone project a few weeks ago in CavBlock. You're starting the inquiry focus document and the exploration log. And the purpose of these two documents is to help you narrow down your topic into something that is manageable, that you'll actually be able to do within the scope of this project. And the exploration log helps you find information that also helps you narrow your topic and finalize your guiding research question, your main question. And it also introduces you to sources of information. And what I want to remind you of real quick, after you do these two documents, then you're going to be able to actually start what you would view as your traditional research, and you're going to keep a research journal. And please remember that we are requiring one of your sources to be an in-person interview with a content area expert or something like that. So please keep that in mind. Now, a lot of people have told me they're concerned about how we have a 20-hour requirement on the exploration log. Just be reminded that there has been an hourly requirement for years for a senior thesis. So this is not something new. And what my advice is try not to focus so much on the time requirement. You naturally use this much time when you're starting to do research. Maybe you just didn't know that. So anytime that you spend some time doing some Google searches, please go ahead and count any time that you've met with your mentor. That would be a great way to get started if you're really stressed out right now. Just go ahead and have a meeting with your mentor and count that on your log. Obviously, your mentor is going to be a great source of information, so that's a natural fit. Maybe you've read an article. Maybe you've talked to other people. Maybe you've emailed someone about information. Excuse me. All of that counts, okay? So come see me if you're worried or you're stressed out. I'm happy to help. And so your inquiry focus document and your exploration log are due at the end of October. Okay. And those will be turned into your mentor. So let me go back to materials here and just remind you of what these documents look like. So I've already mentioned the inquiry focus document and the exploration log. In required Google Docs, again, you already made a folder of your own docs that are required for this project. So this, I'm just reminding you. So here's the actual inquiry focus document. And I've also added, it's at the bottom, a sample. So I filled one out for you. So let me show you what this looks like. So you are choosing an area of interest, of course. So you're just describing that for your mentor and your English teacher. What's your topic? Why do you like it? Why is it interesting? What do you already know about it? Maybe what do you hope to learn? And so I just chose the Russian invasion of Ukraine because it is something I'm interested in, especially from a journalistic standpoint. So I typed a whole bunch of stuff here. And then we ask you to keep track of your questions that you have as you go through this initial process. So you can see here, I just have typed questions as I had them. They're in no particular order. No one question is better than the other. I literally, these are just a bunch of questions that I have about the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And as you can see, towards the end, I start getting a little more specific. And that's what you're supposed to do. Keeping a list of questions is a process that lets your brain think about a topic and how you're going to narrow that topic down within the scope of this project. The exploration log is a separate document. And then after going through all of that, meeting with my mentor, I was able to land on my actual research question that is going to be the basis of my project. And that's right there for a sample for you. And then I thought about, okay, I'm doing my exploration log. Now I have my research question. I'm going to actually need some different sources of information because I've narrowed my topic down now. And so I wrote here some ideas I had for finding more specific information about my specific guiding main research question for my project. So when you fill this out, you are going to print it out, have your mentor sign it and date it, and then upload it. And we'll get where you're supposed to upload it to. We'll get all that to you. Okay. So right now you're just working on filling out this Google Doc with your mentor. And then the other one is the exploration log. And I have a sample for you as well. So again, you already should have made copies of these documents in your Google Drive. Just being slow. So, exploration log, you literally are just keeping track of activities or anything you're doing related to your topic in order to find information and, again, narrow your topic down to something manageable. We gave you some ideas of things that you could do. Oh, and don't forget, too, for this log, you can think back to things you may have done over the summer. Some of you may have already thought about what you wanted to do and actually done some activities. So you can certainly keep track of those. So, for example, I read a couple of chapters of a book. So, in the middle, I just state this is the book that I decided to look at. And then I have a reflection on the source. Okay. So, this is not your research journal. You're not taking notes that you're now going to use in your actual project. This is just, is this source going to be helpful or not? Did I learn something from it? And where can I go from here? Did it help me narrow down my topic? Just things like that. Okay. And then you would just make more entries as you do more things. So that's what we're focusing on in this meeting, is reminding you that you should have already selected a mentor. The deadline was last Thursday. And now your next steps are to be working on your inquiry focus document and your exploration log. Go ahead and meet with your mentor at least once and put that on your log. That's an easy thing to do to get started if you're feeling really stressed out and overwhelmed. Okay. Please come see me if you have any questions. It's always a little uncertain when you start a project like this, but once you get into it, you'll feel more confident. And it's going to be really, really exciting in March when we have the exhibition and all of you get to display your projects. It's a long time away, so you have time. You can slow down. That's the whole point. And really do the high quality work that we are confident that you're going to do. Okay. So come see me if you need any help.